Being seen versus being chosen. You can be one of the most gifted people in your field, by the way, and still be completely invisible. Not because you're not good, because gifted and visible are opposites. And for a huge number of you listening to the same sentence, you can have 10,000 views on a video and still not have a single client. I know that sounds backwards. Everything in this industry, it tells you the opposite. Post more, show up more, be more visible, and the clients will come. So you post, you show up, you do the reel, the carousel, the 3 sign you're a healer video, and the views go up. And you're still checking your bank account, wondering where everyone went. Here's what nobody is telling you. Being seen and being chosen are not the same skill. They're not even related. And if you've built your whole strategy around the first one, you could be years away from the second one and gifted the entire time and never understand why. So let's talk about why gifted people stay invisible and exactly what fixes it. Now, this is for the coach, beautiful butterfly. This is for the coach, the healer, the practitioner who is good, genuinely good. We're talking real good. There we go. It's not the person who needs more training. It's the person who's already sat with hundreds of hours of client work, who already knows the gift is real and is still watching people with a fraction of her depth get chosen over and over while she stays invisible. And if that's you, stay with me. This isn't a video about doing more. It's about understanding what's actually keeping your gift hidden and what specifically moves you out of it. Being seen is a numbers game. It's the algorithm. It's reach. It's how many eyeballs land on your face in a 24-hour window. Yeah. And I want to be honest, being seen isn't nothing. You need some of it. But being seen was never designed to build trust. It was designed to hold attention for exactly as long as it takes someone to scroll to the next thing. That's the whole job. Hold attention, then release it. So when you chase visibility as your main strategy or fix it in invisibility, you're optimizing for a system that's specifically built to let people forget you 30 seconds after they've watched you. That's why you can go semi-viral and still not book a single call. The algorithm did its job. It was just never the job that actually makes a gifted person visible in a way that it matters. Being chosen is different, and being chosen is somebody deciding. Not that you're good, plenty of people are good, but that you're the one. It's all energetics. You're the one that gets it. The one who said the thing they've never heard anyone say out loud. The one those energies, whose energy matched something in them before they even understood why. It's not a visibility metric. Heck, I know that better than anybody. I used to have 10k followers on Facebook, got hacked right before a launch. New product. Completely hacked, lost everything, day before. Opened my group with 20 people. But I used the energetics. I still got a 30k launch, then a 50k launch. Very little audience. Because you cannot algorithm your way into it. Nobody has ever fallen in love with a brand because it posted 5 times a week. Being chosen is a completely different currency. It's built from a completely different place as well. And it's the actual fix for staying invisible, not more reach. And I've spent 30 years building businesses, and a good chunk of the last several years sitting across from awakened entrepreneurs, healers, coaches, teachers, trying to figure out why they weren't being found. The pattern was never talent. Every single one of them had the goods. The pattern was this: They were performing visibility and hiding identity. They'd post the same version, the palatable version, the version that wouldn't offend, wouldn't alienate. Heck, I've done it myself, yeah? I wouldn't risk somebody scrolling past thinking, who does she think she is? They were optimizing to be liked by everyone. Which, I say this with so much love, is the fastest way to be chosen by no one. And the fastest way for a genuinely gifted person to stay invisible for years, because everyone doesn't choose. And individuals choose speciality. They'll choose the person who sounds like they're speaking directly to the exact thing keeping them up at night, not the person trying to be palatable to the whole room. So let's name it properly, because I think a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because there's a version of you that shows up polished, agreeable, careful, rounds every edge off before it leaves your mouth. Yeah, adds just my opinion after every strong statement. So it softens a thing that actually needed to land hard. That's not humility, that's a childhood pattern wearing a business outfit. And somewhere along the way, a lot of us, especially women, especially healers, we learn that being too much, too direct, too certain, really got us punished. And it certainly did with me. But we're corrected for it. But we're called difficult. So we built a professional identity that kept us safe by keeping us small. And now it's sitting right in the middle of your content, quietly making sure nobody ever feels enough conviction to choose you. And this is the actual mechanism behind why gifted people stay invisible. Not lack of skill, never been lack of skill. A safety pattern doing exactly what it was built to do. You can't be chosen from a position that you're constantly apologizing for. And here's the trap. And I see it so many times, yeah? When the good girl pattern is running the show and the results aren't coming, the instinct is always to do more of the same thing. Louder, post more, show up more, be more consistent. But you can't outpost an identity problem. You can be seen by 1 million people, watered down, and every single one of them will scroll past, feel nothing because nothing was actually said. Yeah? More visibility just means more people witnessing the version of you that was never going to be chosen in the first place. And this is why some of the highest view accounts in the space have shockingly small client rosters. And some of the quiet ones with maybe not even 1,000 followers. They've got a handful of posts a month. They have a full practice and a waiting list. It was never about the reach. It was about whether what got said actually asked something of the person watching. So here's the actual fix and actual, not another mindset shift to sit with, something to do differently, starting with your next piece of content, being chosen. It happens in a moment of recognition. Someone watches or reads something that you made, and a very specific thing happens in their body. Not that was nice or oh God, that's me. That recognition only happens when you say the specific, true, maybe even slightly risky, that risky thing, the thing that isn't for everyone, the thing that might make some people close the tab because it wasn't written for them. That's not you being difficult. That's you finally letting the people self-select. The ones who feel exposed by your words in a good way. How did she know that way? Those are your people. They were never going to find you through a safe version. They find you through the version where you actually said it. So the real question isn't, how do I get seen by more people? It's, am I willing to be specific enough that the right ones actually recognize themselves in me and the wrong ones walk away? Because this is the part that's actually spiritual work, not just a content strategy. And it's a deeper layer of a fix. You can't perform being chosen. You have to become someone who is choosable. And that really starts with you choosing yourself first. Really, out loud. Not, oh, I think I might be good at this, but standing in the identity of the person who has already done the work, already holds a gift, already knows what she knows. Yeah? Because most people are waiting to be crowned before they'll speak with any conviction. They want the big following, the big proof, the permission slip. And then they'll finally say the true thing. But it runs backwards. The conviction has to come first. The identity has to be worn before it's earned in the eyes of the algorithm. What people are actually responding to when they choose you isn't your follower count, it's your certainty about who you are. That's not arrogance. That's just no longer negotiating your own reality down to make other people feel comfortable. Christ, I did it so much and lost myself I had lots of experience, lots of awards, certifications, and all the rest of it. And still, I dumbed down in front of so many people because I didn't want to offend them. I didn't want them to feel uncomfortable. Even when I was seeing that what was coming out of their mouth, the behaviours didn't correspond with it. The integrity just was not there. It's mad. And a lot of us, we don't want people to feel uncomfortable. But this is the actual reason gifted people stop being invisible. Not a bigger audience, a bigger yes to themselves said first before anyone else confirms it. No. So practically, because I know some of you want the practical version, here's where this changes your content, your calls, your whole way of showing up start today. Stop writing for everyone. Every time you soften a sentence to make sure nobody's offended, ask yourself who you just made invisible to reach that safety. Usually it's the exact person who needed to hear it the hardest. Say the specific thing. Not sometimes we struggle with boundaries. Say the actual pattern. Name it the way you'd name it in a session. Not the way you'd name it in a caption trying to be shareable. And stop measuring the wrong number. God, I was bad for that. My stats, I was measuring the wrong stats. I was going after the wrong numbers. God, I don't do that now, for thank God. Stop refreshing views. Stop looking at where you are on the leaderboard. Start asking, did anyone feel exposed by this in a good way today? Yeah, that's your only real metric. And it's the one that'll actually predict whether you stay invisible or finally get chosen. You're never meant to be seen by everyone. You're meant to be unmistakable to the right ones. And we could be 3 high ticket clients from 3 YouTube videos with very little subscribers, less than 1,000 subscribers. In a week, it was a matter of 26, 27K. Visibility will always be the noisier, more addictive metric. I know, I was there, I've been there, because it gives you a number to check. being chosen, however, doesn't give you a number. It gives you a person choosing you on purpose, because you finally showed them who you actually are, which is the only fix for invisibility that was never going to work. Really. And if this landed and you're ready to stop performing visibility and start building from the identity that actually gets chosen, come over, join us in Business for Healers, because we're doing it a different way. Doing it a completely different way. Your way. We're doing it. For the first 100 coming over, it's just opened. It's $47 for the year. And then it goes to $47 a month after the first 100. So you'll be the founder if you're seeing this video in August. And if you're ready to go deeper, one-to-one, book a strategy call. Links below. Hopefully I'll see you inside. Speak to you later.